Allison Hewitt, and I live in Mesa, Arizona, and I'm a student at Westwood High School. This morning, it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce the high school students from across the state of Arizona. We students have converged here on the Arizona Capitol for Environmental Day to learn how to engage with the legislative process and to discuss our environmental concerns with our district representatives. Please allow me to introduce our first speaker, Joshua Preston from Changemaker High School in Tucson. Mr. Preston.
Skugsiarik, Anya Jugik, Joshua Preston, Anya Amajud, Wakashikshan. Here in Arizona, we have problems protecting our natural resources. But not only here in Arizona, but worldwide. Water is not only precious to tribes in Arizona, but to the human race worldwide. We cannot drink contaminated water of any kind, nor can wildlife. We cannot just think of ourselves because we are not the only life form on this planet. We walk alongside creatures that cannot speak for themselves or protect themselves from the rapid growth of human civilizations. We need to stop focusing on our wealth and start focusing on our health. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Preston. Our next speaker is Aaliyah Ziegelbaum from Flagstaff Arts and Leadership Academy in Flagstaff. Ms. Ziegelbaum will give her statements in both English and Spanish. Ms. Ziegelbaum.
Hello, everyone. So I would like to tell my legislators that we simply cannot go on continuing to ignore the plethora of environmental issues that Arizona faces. Soaring cancer rates on the reservation as a result of uranium mining, destruction of delicate and vital ecosystems, overuse and contamination of our precious water sources, desecration of sacred sites, and air pollution are all issues that cannot be overlooked. If we hope to have a just, bountiful, and promising future for this state's youth and for generations to come, these matters must be addressed as the threat that they are. I urge my representatives, as individuals who are deciding my future, to take serious action on these issues. Nosotros simplemente no podemos continuar a ignorar la plétora de cuestiones medioambientales que enfrentan Arizona. El cáncer en la reservación como resultado de la minería del uranio, la destrucción de ecosistemas delicados, uso excesivo y contaminación de fuentes de agua, profanación de sitios sagrados y la polución del aire son todos temas que no podemos ignorar. Si queremos crear un futuro justo y prometedor para la juventud de este estado y las generaciones futuras, tenemos que tratar esos asuntos como la amenaza que son. Yo quiero que mis legisladores tomen medidas serias contra estos problemas. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you, Ms. Ziegelbaum. Our next speaker is Anna Rose mohr-almeida from Westwood High School in Mesa. Ms. mohr-almeida.
Hello, everyone. I would like to say thank you for this opportunity to speak about environmental issues in Arizona. My name is Anna Rose mohr-almeida. I am 14 years old and I live in Mesa. This year, I am excited to be attending Environmental Day with my friends from the Westwood High School Earth Club. Today's Environmental Day marks the third time I have attended this event. 3 years ago, I was a part of a group of 25 people. We met with our representatives and told them to vote for bills that take care of Arizona's environment. This year, I stressed the importance of clean air and conservation to Arizona's representatives. I have returned again with the same message. We need clean air to be healthy. Clean air is a basic need on the physical level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It is a necessity to human survival, so we must protect it and make sure people have clean air to breathe. 7 million kids, or 1 in 10 children in the United States, have breathing problems due to dirty air. Asthma is the most common chronic childhood disease. The air pollutants that trigger asthma include ozone, diesel exhaust, nitrogen dioxide, particle pollution, sulfur dioxide, volatile organic compounds, and formaldehyde. These toxins come from burning fossil fuels. Climate change is expected to cause even more harmful ground-level ozone, which means breathing problems will only get worse if we don't take any actions to clean the air. I am disappointed during the times when I cannot do certain activities that I want to do. When I was in 4th grade, there were 7 kids in my class of 28 who had asthma, plus 3 kids, including myself, who had bronchitis. On certain days when the air was dirty, we couldn't participate in any activities that included any running. Worse, when I was in 2nd grade, my cousin Ricky was put into the hospital because of an asthma attack. It broke my heart to see him like that. Whenever he would get out of bed, he would start coughing, so we could not play together. No one should have to go through things like this. I don't like to see people hospitalized because of dirty air. We all deserve to breathe clean air. Another threat to clean air in Arizona is the proposed Resolution copper mine at Oak Flat, which is just east of Superior. Oak Flat is an amazing place and something that every Arizonan should protect. Oak Flat sits on top of the world's 5th largest copper deposit, which the mining company Rio Tinto wants to take, even though this public land was set aside by President Eisenhower in 1955 and given additional protections by President Nixon. Oak Flat is filled with petroglyphs, prehistoric sites, and historically significant places. The rich and powerful want to take it from the Tonto National Forest so that they can become even more rich and powerful. Enough is enough. Of course, land seizure is wrong, but it also harms Arizona's economy. According to the 2016 conservation in the West Pole, 73% of Arizonans believe public lands help the state's economy. And this is true. When people explore Arizona's beauty, their outdoor activities create $10.6 billion in consumer spending and more than 100,000 jobs for Arizonans. The Rio Tinto plan to manage the waste from the Resolution mine is really bad also. Their plan is to constantly keep the waste pile wet, so when water becomes scarcer, the pile will dry out. A dust storm will blow the toxic particles into our city and make people sick. Worst of all, the Resolution copper mine will cause Oak Flat to be lost forever, and this cannot happen. Please join me in defending Oak Flat. I don't want my grandkids to ask me, were you guys really that stupid? Why did your generation not protect beautiful places and clean up the atmosphere? Instead, I would like them to think about us as the heroes we must have been to save Arizona's public lands and to stop the worst parts of the climate crisis by cleaning up the atmosphere. My generation has always been worried about the climate crisis. Thoughts about the horrible things that could happen to our planet have turned into a constant theme, found in everything from anime to the news. But when I see 200 people at Environmental Day in Arizona, at the Arizona Capitol today, rather than a small group that was here 3 years ago, I feel hope. When I see hundreds of thousands of people across the globe setting aside differences and acting with unity to defend Mother Earth and to stand up against unfair political circumstances, I am hopeful. The hardship of climate change and the lack of respect for Mother Earth my generation has inherited is rapidly shifting to attitudes and actions which embrace conservation and sustainability. Thank you for being at my side today. We must continue to pay visits to our local representatives, make phone calls and visits to our state representatives in D.C., organize, contribute, march in the streets, and take back our government. The Victorian English Prime Minister Benjamin Disraeli said, "Nothing can resist the will of the people who stake even their existence on their stated purpose." Given the hope, unity, and action I see here today, I am confident that the will of the people will succeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mohr-Almeida. Our next speaker is Lenica Rivas, also from Westwood High School in Mesa. Ms. Rivas will give her statements both in English and Spanish. Ms. Rivas?
Hello and good morning. Our environment is everything, and it's so important
important to protect it, which is why we are all here today. Currently, in Arizona, we are facing uranium mining near the Grand Canyon National Park, which is putting our natural water resources at risk. The issue is bigger than it seems. As of now, there are no regulations requiring long-term groundwater monitoring below uranium mine sites. And we do realize that Arizona's drinking water resources come from the same area where these mines are located. There are 15 dams on the stream of the Colorado River, and 40 million people that depend on the river's water. Uranium mining is permanently polluting our land, air, and water. With these mines, not only are we invading sacred Native American land as we have done unjustly for centuries, but we are placing our future's water at risk. We must not let greedy corporations invade and threaten the invaluable resources that make Arizona, Arizona. En este momento, nuestros recursos de agua están siendo amenazados por la minería de uranio en el norte del Gran Cañón. Como pueblos nativos de nuestra tierra, no debemos elevar nuestras voces, sino hablar con determinación a nuestros senadores y representantes. Actualmente en Arizona nos enfrentamos a la minería de uranio cerca del Parque Nacional del Gran Cañón, que está poniendo en peligro nuestros recursos de agua naturales. La cuestión es más grande de lo que parece. Actualmente no hay regulaciones que requieren un monitoreo de agua a largo plazo por debajo de las minas de uranio. Y si nos damos cuenta de que los recursos de agua de Arizona provienen de la misma área donde se encuentran estas minas de uranio. Hay 15 presas en el corriente del río Colorado y 40 millones de personas que dependen del agua del río. La minería de uranio está contaminando permanentemente nuestra tierra, aire y agua. La gente necesita ser escuchada y también nuestra agua, tierra y aire. Cada respiración merece ser una respiración limpia. Arizona necesita nuestra voz y nuestra voz debe ser escuchada. Muchas gracias.
Woo!
Thank you for your statements, Ms. Rivas. We will next hear from James Alter from Sky Island School in Tucson. Mr. Alter.
Rather than understanding the need to conserve our natural environment as something to balance with development and urban sprawl, try to see our chunk of the Sonoran Desert as an opportunity to generate more income. First, consider ecotourism. All humans are biophilic, meaning we all get enjoyment out of having different kinds of life around us. We can depend on human biophilia, along with our warm climate, to continue to attract many visitors. Already, over 42 million people visit Arizona annually and spend about $10.6 billion, as aforementioned, in our state and on outdoor recreation, making tourism our top export industry. Our desert does more than just attract tourists. It harbors around 80 endangered species, some of which can only be found here, and provides the ecosystem services we all take for granted, such as nutrient recycling, waste decomposition, purification of water and air, and pest control. However, an ecosystem can only provide these services if all native species in it have stable and healthy populations. Furthermore, the ecosystem needs habitat, space. The less polluted it is, the better. And ultimately, selling around 28 million acres of public lands to extractive industries mostly would stunt our Sonoran Desert ecosystem on a large scale and deter the tourists. So, just to recap a few reasons why our desert is important: it provides vital eco-services, attracts tourism, and is therefore a stable source of income. Would it be a stretch to say that it may be wiser and save more money in the long run to focus on rainwater harvesting incentive programs instead of risking the purity of our Colorado River with nearby uranium mines? Consider the Colorado River, being our main water source, loses more and more water each year as it is. It only takes a little long-term planning and a few support programs to get things started to take advantage of our natural resources in order to ensure we keep these benefits and are prepared for the future.
Thank you, Mr. Alter. Our next speaker is Jennifer Gonzalez from Cesar Chavez High School in Phoenix. Ms. Gonzalez will give her statements both in English and Spanish. Ms. Gonzalez?
Hello, good afternoon. I'd like to ask that our legislators please protect natural habitats, both directly by preserving their beauty and indirectly by conserving resources. Every species of plant and animal has a role in the environment that allows it to thrive, just as every human has a role in society that allows it to be successful. Please use your role to help both in any way you can. The future depends on it. Quisiera pedirles a nuestros legisladores que protejan los hábitats naturales, tanto directamente preservando su belleza como indirectamente conservando recursos. Cada especie de planta y animal tiene un papel en el medio ambiente que le permite prosperar, al igual que cada ser humano tiene un papel en la sociedad que le permite tener éxito. Por favor, utilice su papel para ayudar a ambos de cualquier manera que pueda. El futuro depende de él.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. Next up, our final speaker for the morning is Joshua Knight from Bioscience High School in Phoenix. Mr. Knight.
The earth is a place where life thrives and grows. The problem is that we also hurt the earth. Let's work with the earth and have a symbiotic relationship with the earth instead of being a polluting parasite. We have the technology and the knowledge to create sustainable ways of obtaining clean energy. Love the earth and protect the environment.
I would like to express my thanks to the student speakers here this morning and to all the students assembled here today. Thank you for your attention during this press conference, and I wish you all a productive afternoon.